As well, all is good, man. It's a great day to be alive, you know.
Of course.
Yes,
Lower
yes,
a little
yes.
bit. You have your face cut off on there.
Yeah, I'm going to hook it up right now. Just put my information
Gotcha.
in the comments in case somebody has some questions. They can go straight to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, everything Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Everything Gucci and great. We are live on YouTube. We are live on. Let's see here. Oh! You would have to pin that comment, but it's in there. So
Nice showed up.
am I all in?
Yeah, you in. We great.
Ooh, we'll make sure that like Gucci, man. I got about 1,000 watts. 1,000 watts of energy right now. You know what I mean? Making sure everything is clear and good. So okay, boom.
Yeah, it's making you look light skin on YouTube and making you like 2 shades dark, 2 shades light on YouTube. On
Man,
Facebook, looking
that's
nice.
that's what them people use on the islands, and unfortunately, a lot of people like bleaching their skin. You know, I'm not one of those people, but you know, I got a lot of insight on me improving my light, and just matter of fact, we're gonna talk about light. You know, we're gonna talk about light and energy and all that good stuff.
Right.
So everybody, this is King Kevin in the building. I'm here with Namaste Thug, Coach Ham. Do you hear that echo? It's kind of big echo. Or I sound clear.
Turn your volume down a little bit.
Yeah, cause I did blast it when you was telling me you couldn't hear me. Man, I got 1,000 watts in my face, man. Literally 1,000 watts.
It looked like it, but no, on YouTube it looked like it, but on IG you can't tell it's that bright. So two different contrasts.
Okay. So
on YouTube
it's all
it's
good.
super clean, but on when they look on YouTube, I mean on IG you super clean. Look on YouTube, it's kind of bright on you.
That's real. But you know what? The main concern today is making sure we got our people energy right. You know, because we in a time and space where things are a bit chaotic on multiple levels, unfortunately. But at the same time, it's all designed and set up, you know. And you asked me a question about my book, The Winner in the Mirror. We're gonna definitely get into that. But the main reason why I wrote the book was really to be an energy booster for people. You know what I'm saying? To be a confidence booster, a confidence builder rather, and how to avoid those self-esteem killers. You know what I mean? Because we all are gods, man. We are all energy. And, you know, as you already know, and I'm sure you agree, everything is energy.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's energy, vibrations. We are gods and goddesses, you know, having a human experience. I truly believe that. And unfortunately, we're in the world today that's trying to sap our energy. You know what I mean? Whether it's the social media, whether it's the television, there's people, negative spirits and vibes. But I'm going to get into that. We both will get into that because you're on a whole other level than I am when it comes to the life coaching with, you know, when guiding people with their energy. So go ahead and give your introduction to everybody. You know, so people that's following me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube to know about you and join your powerful program.
Got you. First of all, I want to start with namaste. And namaste means the God in me, see the God of goddess in you. And thug is a true heart under God. So me just being so uncomfortable within myself and suffering in silence, I became a mental wellness coach. And I learned that Reiki was a system to help us clear our energy based on past traumatic situations that we are not aware of. And that us being melanated people, Reiki and energy is something new to us. We're more used to prayer and religion. So this is something totally different that our mind actually has to wrap itself around. So me doing Reiki definitely helps me in so many different mental aspects. To help me with my aggression. It helps me with my, like you said, low self-esteem. And the main thing is my belief system. So Reiki just helps us clear out all that old energy in our chakra, which is our energy wheels. We have 7 energy wheels within our body. And just like if it's a traffic jam on I-95 or turnpike, you can't move as fast. The same thing with our chakra. Energy gets clogged up in our chakra and it becomes crustated. So now we can't move as freely as we want to. We have lower vibration, which bring anxiety, depression, things of that nature. So now what Reiki does is basically goes in and cleans out our chakra system from that crustation of old past residue. When I mean saying that, even when we was born in certain situations that offended us or hurt us, that we have compartmentalized in our heart that we haven't released.
Okay.
So that's what Ricky does. We go into the deeper level and release that old energy. And you just feel like basically hitting reset, getting back to your divine self.
Oh man, that's awesome. How long you been doing that? Doing the Reiki system?
I've been a Reiki master for 3 years, but Reiki actually attracts you. I remember when I was staying in Coral Springs. I'm talking like 24. I was 24, so I'm talking like 24 years ago. I was introduced to Reiki. I was riding on the road and seeing a place called Crystal Emporium. I had no idea what it was. I pulled in there and they had something called Reiki circles. And at that time, my mental health was declining like horribly. So when I went in there, it was just a different energy that they introduced me to that actually helped me feel better within myself from the inside out. So from that day, I like, man, look, I got to figure out what this was. But at the time, my coins wasn't right. So now once I got my coins situated, I had to become a Reiki master to give our people a way to protect themselves, not protect themselves, but to clean and clear themselves from the inside out.
Oh man, that's it, man. That's a beautiful situation right there, and it takes a lot, you know. And I definitely feel you because I remember being 24. Man, I was young and dumb at the time, you know.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of South Florida, you know. I'm in
Right.
Atlanta now. I've been in Atlanta 3 years. The best move of my life, by the way, because I was able to, with one move, I was able to avoid 1,000 enemies. You know what I'm saying? One move, you know, it's the best move I ever made in my life, like I said, and I just appreciate life a little more because I don't have all that negative energy, you know, dragging me down, you know what I'm saying, from back home, you know, and not that back home was a bad place. I just was in a bad environment that wasn't conducive for success. And a lot of people don't realize, but even from ancient times, it's like the soldiers and the rulers of the time and just people that were wise, they understood the environments meant everything.
Of course.
So moving here is like everything just popping like popcorn, man. It's popping like popcorn. If I would have moved here 10 years ago, I would have been rich.
Yeah.
Financially. Now I'm rich spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I'm energy wealthy, you know what I mean? Like my mental health is good, my vibe is good, and so moving up here, I was already starting to write The Winning in the Mirror. This book right here. This is actually my third book. Winning in the Mirror, Activating Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. And I call it activating the subtitle Activating Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. It's because all my life I was told I was a loser. You know, growing up, not all my life, but when growing up as adolescents, I was told I was a loser. So my energy, my spirit was never really on par to what my divinity was. You know what I'm saying? So I realized in life, people are trying to steal your light. They're trying to steal your divinity. You know what I'm saying? Not so that you don't acknowledge that you have a God in you. You have an energy within you that needs to be able to shine and show. So in life, you have to put yourself in a position that you shine the best. I'm not talking about shining for social media, because social media, just like the other day, the young lady named Frances, what's her name? The whistleblower, Frances Hugan. She just did a congressional hearing. Yeah, there's a whistleblower with Facebook. She used to work for Facebook. Are you familiar with that story? What just happened recently?
No, I'm not really on TV like that. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, let me school everybody. The other day, I just happened was on YouTube. This is how I found out on YouTube. I was late night working like I'm always doing, working on my next book, my fourth book. And I caught this interview. It was a 60-minute interview on YouTube, about 15 minutes. It says whistleblower, Frances Hugan, drops the bomb on Facebook. So what she did was she collected a lot of information, and this is perfect information because this ties exactly what we're talking about. She used to work there as a project manager for Facebook, and what she was doing was, as she was working there, she copied a lot of the information, knowing that Facebook were doing some illegal activity as far as manipulating people to go towards a certain direction, whether it's politics, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, your body size, like things that they knew would trigger people emotionally. Now, the problem with that is if someone is trying to trigger you emotionally and they do it in a negative sense, they are able to manipulate your behavior and your thinking. So Facebook will actually hyphening or hypening, you know what I'm saying, negative thoughts, girls for example, in the United Kingdom, 13% of the girls in the United Kingdom, 6% of the girls in America started thinking about suicide. So 13 and 6% increase in suicide. Girls want to kill themselves because they don't have the body shape that a lot of these IG models have. So right now, as we speak, they're going through a congressional hearing because Facebook was putting profit over security. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew that if they keep people thinking a certain way, they're able to keep them online, which means advertisers get more money. So they was really putting profit over our private security. And so that's why I think this was Tuesday that Facebook shut down for like 5 hours. You know, Facebook, WhatsApp, and I want to say IG, I'm not sure, but they shut down. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, we are automatically conditioned to think negatively. 95% of our thoughts are negative. That's what they say. And then 85% of those thoughts are recurring thoughts from the day before. So if you don't purposely drive yourself to think positive, to see a winner in the mirror yourself, that's how I got the title, you are naturally prone to think and act in negative ways. That's why it's so important to get your energy right first thing in the morning. It's important to try to speak as positive affirmations to yourself as much as possible. And also to other people. You know what I mean? Your words are a gift. Your words are a blessing. Like I said, you're a god, we're gods and goddesses, but we have been tricked to acting out our lower levels of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And you big on chakras. So you know, if you want to, what's your thoughts on what I just talking about as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, negative thinking, affirmations, and how social media, it has been really manipulating people. And let's say this, governments around the world have been paying Facebook millions of dollars to point people towards a certain political direction. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is too much power in one hand. You know what I mean? It's too much power. So if we all depend on social media for our livelihoods, or for our confidence, we're in big trouble. So we need to figure out other ways to be more positive or be more productive with our time, because obviously social media doesn't have our best interests at heart. Not that it's all negative, but it's a lot of negativity that is sucking us in through our phones and tablets, et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead, Black Man. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now you kind of lost me with that, you know, because I'm not a worldly person, and I'm not on social media or Facebook like that, so I really can't relate to really none of that what you were saying, because that I don't live my life in a worldly fashion. Means stuff outside of me has to prove me and validate me. So I didn't even know Facebook was down or what they had going on. I didn't use Facebook just for my marketing purposes only. And once again, being spiritual, I don't need nothing or look for nothing outside of myself to complete me. I complete myself from within. So
highly important.
That I've been, before social media came, a melanated person like myself already had suicidal thoughts going way back then. But before that part, though, I'm talking about when TVs go off at 12 o'clock. So now people being suicidal. This is nothing new to me. This is something I've been dealing with all my life. Now it's just more prevalent for other people because now they feeling it. So now it's a big deal now about suicide. But Black people killing themselves for the longest based on injustice and inservices. So now I don't want to jump on board with the social media stuff and take this thing off mental health. And look at how many people killing themselves from mental health before social media. How that adding to it. We can look at how people killing themselves based on the food they're eating right now. Mm-hmm. So it all boils down to mentally. We are consciousness. So if I got my consciousness and it's only based on social media, what other people's feedback gonna be, you showing me a roller coaster emotion right there based on I want other people to validate me within myself. That's like another form of religion, almost like a cult. I gotta be this superstar on IG. I meet people in the street. Oh, I'm your friend on IG, on Facebook. Like, how you my friend? Like, you don't know me like that. That's gonna be funny. Like, I'm
no, but that's real though.
Like right. So like, if you're my friend, I'm coming from throwback. Like, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Like, I don't believe in fake and phony, and I'm not that type of person. So I can't. If I wasn't doing what I was doing right now, I wouldn't be on social media, because I know me going through my mental health issues. Any outside influence that's not healthy, when we talking about affirmation, I'm affirming something is real. So if I already feel uncomfortable or insecure within myself, I look on social media, Facebook, whatever, and somebody doing something I'm not doing, I'm gonna feel some type of way, because the insecurity within myself are coming up. Because we're never taught in school how to deal with our emotions, how to deal with rejection, how to deal with spirituality. We wasn't taught that. So now everything coming back up right now, and now everybody kind of scrambling because they're not sure what to do within themselves. Everybody has a connection outside themselves, you know. And so my work has become a whole lot better, because now it's like, do what I say, the world has understanding how it feel to go to jail right now. When you're stuck in the house, you can't go nowhere, and you have to deal with yourself. You can't work too much. You can't keep going places. A lot of people don't want to deal with themselves because it's uncomfortable and painful.
Big facts. And I love the fact you mentioned the whole mental health aspect. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm saying. Facebook, social media has been impacting people's mental health tremendously. Yeah. That's the whole point.
Right. But what about the people who not on Facebook or social media? What about those who still killing themselves based on injustices and so forth and so on? So what we're doing right now is, if we keep perpetuating Facebook and IG, we give them energy that I don't want to give them. Like, that's not my aim. I use that platform to help people get out the mud and stop that stinking thinking. So I'm not trying to give them my energy on what they got going. That's part of the control mentally and dealing with fear.
And you know what? That's absolutely 100% correct. Now, for those who are not on social media, because I'm on social media heavy because I do a lot of community work. You know what I mean? So I gotta let people know, hey, this is what's going on. This is the progress. This is what you guys donated to. This is what we're doing, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great networking platform.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I just came from Miami last week, you know what I mean? Because we had loaded up a big shipment, a big cargo shipment truck, semi truck. Is a semi truck, like 18-wheeler. I don't think it's a semi truck. It's a huge truck. And we had to come from Atlanta down to Boynton Beach so that we can send a bunch of stuff to Haiti. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'm going to Haiti pretty soon in the next month or so. So helping with the crisis going on there at the Texas border and also in the homeland of Haiti. And so, speaking of mental health, could you imagine our people's mental health in Haiti right now? You know what I'm saying? And that's a tremendous issue that we are addressing. So a lot of my work through my nonprofit, Courage to Believe International, which we are 501c3, and we've been established since I think 2015. But I've been doing community work without the government registration. So with that being said, I can only imagine what their mental health is, what's going on, all the injustices that's been going on. My next book that's coming out probably in a year or two, other than the follow-up to 7 Types of Queens, which is 7 Types of Kings, Queen's Desire. But this new book is going to be called America's 200-Year War Against Haiti. So I'm going to talk about mental health, the issues and injustices, et cetera, et cetera. Now, whether you are on social media or not, for those of you who are not, you still need to find a way for you to shine somehow, some way, your inner light. In my book, The Wind in the Mirror, I call it spectacular reflection. When light hits an object, you're going to get some sort of reflection. A lot of the behavior that we're seeing, whether it be the news, online, is a reflection of their light. So if they're doing foul and evil things, they have a dark light. You know what I mean? And if you're out there doing your best, you're out there grinding, you're not giving up, you refuse to give up. You know what I'm saying? You having faith in yourself and you acknowledge your divinity. You understand the energy, your inner God within yourself, then you can progress and move forward. Whether we're in quarantine, whether you in jail or prison, I don't care, whether you in a mansion, no matter where you at, you still have to deal with yourself. You can't hide from yourself. You can hide from everybody else. You can turn your phone off. You can keep your doors locked or whatever the case may be, but you cannot hide from yourself. So all I'm doing is helping people achieve their human greatness. The great Frederick Douglass once said, Frederick Douglass was one of the greatest leaders in America. He's an African American, and he was enslaved in South Carolina. and he escaped slavery, right? And years later, he became an abolitionist. He became an author and an orator. One of the greatest writers that I have a few of his books. I mean, being an author myself, you know what I'm saying, I found a lot of encouragement, a lot of inspiration in reading his work. But he said something about human greatness that I would like to, quickly, reference. As part of my book, Winning the Mirror. He said that in human greatness, there are three components to human greatness. There's greatness in administration, there's greatness in discovery, and there's greatness in organization. So if you're able to achieve greatness within any of those three, or if not all three of those things, then you're on your way to a wealthy place. And I tie that in back to what I was saying about Haiti. The world has been confused by the media, which is affecting our mental health, our confidence, and our self-esteem, and which is driving people crazy. But the world has been confused by the media and thinking that Haiti is the poorest country in the world. That's the number one narrative. And my advice to anybody who has been given a negative narrative about themselves, do not accept that. There's a power in acceptance. And to the point where a lot of people have accepted the fact that Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And that's absolutely false. That's not true. That's a misnomer. Haiti is actually the richest country in the Western Hemisphere, or one of them. Haiti is rich in iridium, which is the most precious metal in the world, which has billions of dollars worth of iridium. It's $6,000 an ounce. You feel me? $6,000 an ounce. There's 32,000 ounces in a ton. So just imagine that. Haiti is filled with gold and oil and all kinds of natural minerals, and obviously a great and lustrous history. But we've been given the narrative of them. I don't care what article you read, the first two sentences is going to be about Haiti being the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere because they drive you a certain direction. Just follow me. I'm going somewhere with this. So, but if you did not know about yourself, or if I didn't know and study the history of Haiti and the history of the greatest leaders of Haiti, General Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and King Henry Christophe, then I would have bought into that narrative. Our children today are buying into the narrative that they are incomplete, they don't have the right pedigree, and they don't have the right shoes on, et cetera, which is driving our youth to commit suicide at alarming numbers. The reason why I have wrote this book, which you can get it from my website, KevinDorival.com or DivineBooksAndArts.com. The reason why I wrote this book was because I want to help build our young black men's confidence. That's the original reason why I wrote this book. And when I realized that black males are the number one growing rate of committing suicide, black teens from the age of 9 to 16 are the number one group committing suicide to this day. Black boys, believe it or not, we all thought suicide was a white people's thing. That's all we always was taught, and we accept that narrative. This is a white people's issue, not a black people's issue. You and I know, you know what I'm saying, Coach Ham, this is not a white people's issue. This is a world issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started writing this book. And then it really hit home where back in Deerfield, I graduated in Deerfield High, Bryce Gowdy was a college standout, you know what I'm saying, high school student, already going to Georgia Tech, full scholarship, everything, got the whole world in his hands, the whole world literally in his hands, but his mental health wasn't there. I'm not sure what narrative he bought, or was he just really struggling with, a negative self-image of oneself, a defeating self-image of himself, but he goes and jumps in front of a train and commits suicide. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we have to invest back into our youth and invest back into ourselves, consume ourselves with positive energy, positive thoughts and affirmations. No, everything's not going to be positive, but if you have the will, then there's a way to go ahead and map out your life, which I call MAP, must achieve purpose. We all have a purpose we must achieve in life. Find out what that is so that you can, you know what I'm saying, have your brain faculties start working to accomplish those goals. And so I'm gonna go ahead and leave with that, because I can go ahead on and on with this. I live by, die by this. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, everything you just described, I mean, you just almost basically rescribing slavery in Africa and how the melanated man is in America right now. I hate is going through that, but this isn't something new. We over here and we don't know our identity and who and what we are as a people in so-called America. So my heart definitely go out to the people in Haiti that getting all them resources. But what about these same people in their own backyard going through the same thing that's in America, that's lost and don't have a chance? And what's going on? Right. So I mean, this is nothing new. This is something that the melanated man go through all the time in America. Like, so what we gonna do about us in our own backyard? Like, how we gonna take care of our people in our backyard with their mental health, their low self-esteem, and what they got going on? What about the boys who don't read? You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just doing my part in the community, helping my kids with aggression and meditating face to face. You know, over in my neighborhood in the Sistrunk area where people low income, you know, where it's a family heritage to think low about yourself and not get bigger and do illegal things. So now I'm going against a real demon like every day in my own backyard, in my own zip code, about what's going on with my kids that I see and know personally. So that's what I'm on, fixing my home front, because these are gonna be the kids when I get older, they're gonna be running past me and appreciate me for saving their life. So I'm just doing what I can over here, brother.
Man, I feel you on that. You know what I mean? I'm a player with a passport, brother. So my vision and my goals is not gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you know, most people, you know what I mean? Because I've traveled the world. So I can't just look at the United States. And the reason why my organization or our organization is called Courage to Believe International is because, of course, I've been volunteering for years in America. You know what I'm saying? Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Miami. We had a chess program. The Black on Black Crime Solutions panel this year will be I believe, our 8th annual one. I mean, so I'm definitely on about helping our brothers and sisters here, but we cannot afford, just like back in the day, Frederick Douglass was talking about, we cannot afford to look at our brothers and sisters from other parts of the world differently or divided. Our strength comes in unity. You know what I'm saying? If we are able to unite different countries, resources together, then we can actually get reparations. You know what I'm saying? Here in America. But if we don't acknowledge the suffering of our brother people, the African diaspora, and the African diaspora in the Caribbean islands, the United States, and of course the motherland, then the oppressors are always gonna be laughing at us because they see they got still divided. One of the greatest tricks in the world and military strategies is divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is our people here in America have been lynched, have been disenfranchised, justification, all these, you know, negative things that brings in negative behavior and demonic behavior and negative demonic spirits. You know what I'm saying? And they're transferring those spirits through attacking.
Right. I definitely get it, but let's talk.
Now, what we can do.
Yeah, let's talk more about solution though. Let's talk about.
That's what I'm getting into. That's why I just said what we can do before you cut me off. I know you mean to, brother, but what we can do is read books like, you know what I'm saying, The Wind in the Mirror. What we can do is read books by people like Messiah Marcus Garvey. If our brothers and sisters refuse to read, then their fate is in their own hands. We are each masters of our own ship and our destiny. The key to life and achieving and elevating is reading books intentionally to build up your confidence, build up your self-awareness, and understand where you and who you are. Marcus Garvey said we suffer because we don't know who we is. We accept what everybody else tell us. So all them boys on six trunks slanging dope, they may not have the consciousness that you and I have, but it's up to us to brighten up their minds and their consciousness by introducing them to people like Marcus Garvey, teaching them about General Toussaint Louverture, who had a positive outlook on life and about himself. Another thing is we allow ourselves to be so entrenched with other people's negative thoughts and actions. We allow them to trap us. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned I-95 is blocked up this morning, right? People throwing birds at each other, cutting people off, but don't entertain that. Stop entertaining negativity. Stop entertaining, you know what I'm saying, what people perceive you as. What matters is how you see yourself and what you're gonna do about it. You can wear 1,000 unks, crystals, and all that. You know what I'm saying? I got an unk on too. It ain't like yours, but at the same time, we have to acknowledge our divinity. Now, so how do you do that? One, you get up in the morning, you think the creator. Whatever you call the creator, you thank the creator for life and just all the simple things that you have. Because there's many people, millions of people who are starving to death as we speak. But if you acknowledge the fact that you have been given a chance to create the future that you want, create the, you know what I'm saying, reach out for your destiny, you can accomplish those things. But if you are gonna live by the narrative that BSO painted, Brown Shell Office is painting about you, what the media is saying about you, that's all you're gonna do: slang, dope, rob, kill, etc., etc. And it's a perpetual cycle. And I'm definitely not about that perpetual cycle. All my books are all about elevating the mind and body and spirit. You know what I'm saying? All my videos are about those same things. And so if you want to learn how to escape these traps, these mental traps, and stop living a dead-end life, definitely want to pick up The Winner in the Mirror. As a matter of fact, let me show the website right quick. This is my website, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. So I let brother Coach Ham get on the screen right quick. This is my book, and I would like for you guys to go ahead and place your order. Can you see it on your screen? We can't see it on IG. But this is the book, The Winner in the Mirror, Activating Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. It's only $16. Really $16.99. And so this, as I mentioned, this is my third book. You go to divinebooksandarts.com. You got to mention the website. But let me show the 3 books that I wrote. This is The Winner in the Mirror right here. You know, so you click on this link, you go there, and you have also 7 Types of Queens, King Desire. This book took me to London. I done been around the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm an international player with a passport, for real, for real. I've been on book tours, London, Haiti, throughout the U.S., and the courage to believe. I used to have suicidal thoughts, so I definitely, escaped from that. But this book teaches people, the underdogs, how to go from being a loser with a loser mindset to becoming a winner with a championship mindset. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody win. Of course, this is me, looking tall, dark, and handsome as usual. And but let me go ahead and get out the screen so you can go ahead and do your thing, brother.
Yeah, what we talking about now?
Whatever you want to talk about. You mentioned solutions.
Gotcha.
I'm grateful for the lessons and blessings they are providing me.
You want to talk about your show, your class, where your energy at, your group on Facebook? You want me to put that up on the screen?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
I easily let go of dysfunctional beliefs and behavior.
All right. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. It's on top of other screens though.
You saying that it's not on? You can't see it on the page itself?
Yeah, but it's on top of other things under it.
How about now?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. So this right here is my group on Facebook that I speak about mental health. It's a private group, and right now actually we have a 7-day meditation commitment that we're actually doing each day to help us reset and release our old family ties or old habits that no longer serve us through meditation and proper breathing. With so much stuff going on in this world right now, the number one thing that throws us off is how are we breathing. Most time we breathe in our mouth, out our nose. That triggers the fight or flight, the amygdala in the brain. Wherever you breathe nostril to nostril, that's more prefrontal cortex. That's digestion, that's peace, that's clarity. In this group, we actually have support that we speak about different situations. Me, myself, I was very suicidal, low self-esteem, Reiki, meditation, and proper breathing. And even on here, I have certain meditation with different frequencies that help us meditate because our body is over 70% of water. So we low vibrations. We play certain music, it resonates with our frequency, which is water, and it actually clears us from that. And me having Reiki sessions where I put you on my massage table and I scan you from head to toe, front and back, actually clearing different situations from you or your ancestors. It normally happens in one session, but I tell people give it 4 sessions, just like basically like giving yourself a spiritual oil change. I come in, I go through your Reiki, have a conversation, actually see what old belief pattern that you're having that's unhealthy, and I'll help you maintain what you got going on. So it's going into your psychological and DNA level, resetting you on zero. So this right now is committing you to understanding what's going on with that voice in your head. How many different topics try to get my awareness or my consciousness to involve itself in it? Because if I want people to realize that truly all we are is pure consciousness. This body is just a shell. I'm not my name. I'm not my degree. I'm not a husband. I'm not a father. I'm energy. Once we understand that we are formless and we are energy, we're going to move differently because we know that what we are on the inside, not on the outside. And this Reiki and this breathing meditation helps you adapt and connect to your spiritual side, which I call spiritual fitness. So it's meditating, it's breathing, it's rehydrating you spiritually. I was spiritually depressed because I closed my heart and I closed my head. When something happened, the first thing we do is we don't want to feel it. If I don't want to feel it, while I'm grabbing it right here, this is my heart chakra. If I close my 4th heart chakra, can't no light get in. It's going to be complete darkness. When complete darkness, you got anxiety, you got depression, and that's where we start brewing those suicidal thoughts. We have to learn how to open our heart and have a conversation about it. Because when we talk, that's how energy moves. Energy wants to expand. But if it comes in and it feels uncomfortable and we contract it, it turns to a small ball and it gets compartmentalized within our heart. And when it gets compartmentalized in our heart, soon as something comes up that reminds you of that's activated, and I'm so-called triggered, and that same emotion could have been when I was 10 years old, it comes up and it gives me the same energy, the same feeling, the same emotion that I can compartmentalize. So just recognizing what's going on and releasing it.
So you help people combat negative thoughts and suicidal thoughts, right? You assist them in reversing that consciousness about themselves. Am I understand that correctly?
No, it's not reversing. I'm helping them look at it from a different consciousness.
Okay.
A lot of times we think we are that situation, but no, we're the person who went through that situation. We're the watcher of the situation. We identify too much with our emotions.
Okay.
And our emotions are always changing. So
you know what? And I love that because that is so much needed today because we feel with so much dark force energy in the world today, and many of us aren't prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you, like I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with OGs, and I grew up in a time where grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad will actually talk to you, sit down at the dinner table, and you'll pray, you know, and eat together and things like that, which built up my confidence. You know what I'm saying? So the younger generation today, Generation X, they don't have that kind of privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because most of our homes, especially the Black community, is unfortunately mainly from 75% single Black mother homes. And so there's a lot of dark energy going on within the homes and within the community because we don't have people that I grew up with looking over us. It takes a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? And so it's no wonder you have so many children committing suicide, man. Like it breaks my heart to think of that. But just to fit the energy a little bit, I was talking the other day about an experience I had when I was like, I want to say like 12, 13 years old in the projects. And my mom, you know, my mom Haitian, of course, my mom and dad Haitian queens and kings. I had she cooked this beautiful meal, G legume sauce. If you're from the islands, you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? The rice and the sauce made with beans and the legume, which is legumes and mixed with beef and carrots. I mean, it's real good. You know what I'm saying? So those of y'all in South Florida, there's a lot of great Haitian restaurants down there in South Florida. But when I got home, I got the last bit of food that was left. because he saved it for me. And so, and my mouth watered. My mom, rest in peace. My mom was a great cook. She was a chef. And I messed around and dropped the plate. I dropped the plate, broke the glass, dropped the plate. Actually, the glass didn't break, but the food definitely dropped. And that energy from that time in space, like I remember feeling so bad and down about myself at that time. And it's interesting to me that till this day I still remember that experience. I may laugh about it now, but I still remember that experience. So I know that it's very possible for people to have an experience, good or bad, from a childhood and carry it on into their adulthood life. So I definitely because I'm 42 now. This happened when I was like 12 years old. So you literally talking a good 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So not 20, 30 years ago. I'm tripping. But but anyway, I definitely appreciate what you're doing, man. I really hope that people watching the show who may be struggling with mental health, struggling with mental illness, can combat it. You know what I'm saying? Can go ahead and try to do their best to do things like positive affirmations. I see you got a lot of crystals on. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear a lot of crystals anymore. I do have them around my house, but I do talk about in the Winning the Mirror about, you know what I'm saying, surrounding yourself with feng shui, the way you design your house. You know what I'm saying? If your house is cluttered with a bunch of things, that clutters your mind. Like in my hands right now, I have 7 emeralds in my hand. These are not emeralds, but these are actually they are emeralds, Brazilian emeralds, which are green, real bright green. You don't really get this in the U.S. You have to get them. I know you guys can see it on the screen here. I don't want them to drop. But emeralds to me, and also what they really mean is emeralds are extremely powerful because they invoke positive energy. It's about royalty, and the color green itself is a positive vibration. That's why I love being around trees. So if your home is filled with dark colors, if your home is filled with a mess, I mean, you got roaches and rats running everywhere. You have everything, boxes and all kinds of your furniture all messed up, your bedding never fixed. Those things impact your energy. You know what I'm saying? So life is about, and I finally got it. You know what I'm saying? And I put it all in one book. It's not now the Winning the Mirror is not an end, be all end all, but I put it all in, you know what I'm saying, in one book to share with people who have no idea that what they're up against or what they're struggling with. You know what I'm saying? Which is you know what I'm saying, a lot of dark and demonic energy. You know what I mean? And I'm showing this website again just for people to go to divinebooksoftarts.com. I usually post my main website, kevindorival.com. And this is the website that I got created, and also this is the logo here. The Winning the Mirror. The confidence is different when you come from nothing. That's why people who come from nothing have such great confidence, because they know what they overcame. You can't tell me I can't accomplish anything I put my mind to. You know what I mean? You can't. I don't care what you do, who you is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you talk down to me, and I'm not gonna accept just anything anybody is saying. So, but this website here covers the books, the arts, and our nonprofit. I get that fixed right there. In our nonprofit, the Courage to Believe International. So, in the first statement in the website, I put in there, we stand with Haiti. You know what I'm saying? And the organization that I donate to is atlforhaiti.com, and also thecouragetobelieve.com. But anyway, that's what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about uplifting my people just through books. Now, unfortunately, our people don't read as much as they should. You know what I mean? One of my videos on YouTube, if you guys not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. I got 2 videos that's actually one of my higher videos, got a few thousand views. Why black people don't read. We are trained and conditioned to be stupid. And as a matter of fact, during slave times, we were encouraged to be stupid or to act stupid. Because if you act like you were smart, you'll be called a smart nigga and get hung. You know what I'm saying? So that you know what I'm saying, inconsistencies or that negative behavior in trying to downplay our intelligence has been embedded into our DNA. You know what I'm saying? To act stupid. Don't show that you smart. Don't show that you can read. Don't show you can do math. You know what I'm saying? Or master gonna get mad. But we're not in slavery no more. The only slavery we in right now, there are two types of slaveries we in right now: mental slavery and economic slavery. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have the will to break those chains. Marcus Garvey once said, which I just mentioned about his book, Life and Lessons of Marcus Garvey. If you guys have never read it, Marcus Garvey once said it in the book that, and also in his speeches, if one without confidence is twice defeated, one with confidence, you have the victory before it even begun. Now, what does that mean? He came from a time in the 1920s, 1920s, 1930s, where no matter where he went around the world, Black people seen themselves as losers, as underdogs, and they were struggling economically. So he was like, hold up, how is that we come from the richest continent in the world, but we look at ourselves that way? So he devoted his life to changing and reversing that. For those who don't know who Marcus Garvey is, he created a UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association. Universal Negro Improvement Association. That red, black, and green flag you guys see, like Dave Chappelle, for example. If you look at Dave Chappelle's, and you watch the closer and his other comedy specials, that C that he has on his logo, behind that C is red, black, and green. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely Pan-Africanist. Marcus Garvey is the father of Pan-Africanism. At the height of UNIA, Marcus Garvey had 11 million members. Now, Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican author and orator, but he came to the United States because he didn't get the love in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica wasn't conducive for success for him. So he moved to America and he blew up. You know what I'm saying? Just like me. I moved, you know what I'm saying? I'm born and raised Fort Lauderdale. I came to Atlanta. Now I'm blowing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely about your environment. It boosts your confidence. It boosts your self-esteem. And it destroys self-esteem killers, which we are inundated with today. But I'm going to go ahead and leave with that. Definitely, you guys don't know who Marcus Garvey is, please Google him. And you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm so big on Marcus Garvey and Frederick Douglass, and also Booker T. Washington and Queen Nzinga, because these people reverse what our oppressors want us to think about ourselves. Marcus Garvey, me being Haitian, I always, you know what I'm saying, love talking about hate. Like, to me, Haiti is everything. You know what I'm saying? And the Haitian Revolution is the greatest piece of Black history, that one of the greatest pieces of Black history we have in the world, but definitely the greatest in the Western Hemisphere. Why do I say that? You have, just imagine this, people. Let's not think about them being from an island. A lot of people just, okay, they're from an island. They're not in America. They're not important to us. Let's get out that mindset for 1 second. Just hear me out, ladies and gentlemen around the world. Imagine imagine if Nat Turner, who was, by the way, African American, and his mother was Haitian, by the way. Imagine the Nat Turner Rebellion. He had about 60, 70 people that revolted here in America, right? During the plantation times. Imagine his rebellion that only lasted about a week. Imagine a rebellion 100 times that, and you have thousands of Black men and women, African men and women, who believed in themselves and thought differently than what the oppressors wanted them to think. They wanted to think they were dumb, stupid, and you was good for slavery. But when you're able to know who you are, and you know your ancestors, you know your roots, you're able to overturn that because you have the consciousness now that you stand on the shoulders of your ancestors. General Toussaint Louverture knew who he was. And by him knowing who he was and leading the Haitian Revolution of 1791 1804, he was able to get the whole country. You're talking about 20, 40, at first it started about 2,000 soldiers, but to about 40, 50,000 Haitians, Black men and women, fighting the oppressors who wanted them to stay in shackles. They refuted that. They didn't accept that as their reality. So if you accept what people who hate you, if you accept their reality, their narrative, then you will be destroyed. You are destroyed. But if you, for a second, are able to believe in yourself, and believe in your God-given abilities, then you can transform your energy, your consciousness, and your reality. I am living proof of that. Matter of fact, I am a walking miracle. I'm not even supposed to be here. So the fact that every day I get up in the morning, I acknowledge the love, I acknowledge the power, the ability to change my future, which I have. And I want everybody to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go Coach Ham route. You don't have to go my route. You don't got to go Marcus Garvey route. You don't have to go Eric Tubman or Queen Zinga route. Find your path. Get in your lane. Master your craft. Work it to perfection. Be independent, not dependent. Be independent. You are able to do more than what you think you can do. If and only if you apply yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is King Kevin Dover, and it's definitely been a pleasure and honor to be here with you guys. That's all I had to really say right there, but I'm going to let Coach Ham close us out. But I definitely appreciate y'all, man. I got a mad productive day today. I got several meetings and clients to meet up with today. But I want to take the time to be with you all, to be a blessing, to be encouraged, and to never give up. Keep moving forward, because whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and you believe in them, and all shall be well, because nothing is impossible. The only thing that's impossible is whatever you say is impossible. Bless out, y'all. And please check me out, King Kevin Dover in the building. You know what I'm saying? Blessings, family. All is well. All is definitely be well. Please check out the CashApp, Courage to Believe. Check out Coach Ham on Facebook. Where your energy at? Please support the brother. He kind of lost signal there. But Coach Ham, I've been knowing him for many years. I supported his movement back home in Florida. Now I'm in Atlanta. And I just can't wait, man. Life is exciting to me now. You know what I mean? So I hope life is exciting for you guys as well. Do not give up on what you believe in. Do not give up for a second what you believe in. And I definitely want to go ahead and put this light. Next time I do a video, I'm gonna have the light right on these books back here in the back. For real. But anyway, y'all be blessed. KevinDover.com, DivineBooksAndArts.com. Support the movement. Support what we doing for Haiti. Go to my website, any of my websites, CourageToBelieve.com, The Winning in the Mirror, and KevinDover.com. What other website? DivineBooksAndArts.com. All right, y'all. Peace out.